Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a massive paradigm shift that is fundamentally rewriting the rules of the internet as we know it. If you think your primary job is still just optimizing your website for human aesthetics and, traditional search engine crawlers, well, the research we're diving into today shows that is simply no longer enough. We have officially entered the age of the autonomous AI agent, and we're going to explore exactly how we all need to adapt. Okay. Let's dive into this. Gartner recently put out this absolutely terrifying projection. 25%. That is the amount that traditional search volume is projected to drop by the year 2026. I mean, really think about what that means. A full quarter of traditional organic search traffic is poised to just vanish, all because users are increasingly bypassing the search bar entirely and delegating their queries directly to AI platforms. If your entire strategy relies on old-school SEO, the ground is literally shifting beneath your feet. But hey, before panic sets in, we need to pivot immediately to the massive opportunity this shift is creating. There's this incredible case study from an industrial products company that completely blew my mind. They realized traditional search was failing them, right? So they optimized their site specifically to be cited by AI platforms like ChatGPT and Gemini. And the result? A staggering 2,300% jump in referral traffic directly from AI. They literally went from being totally invisible to becoming a go-to, highly cited source overnight. Section 1. The AI Search Revolution. A fundamental shift. To understand how to actually capture those massive results, we first have to recognize that this revolution isn't some far-off sci-fi future event. It's already here. Between 2024 and 2025, 73% of B2B websites experienced a significant loss in organic traffic. We're talking about an average decline of 34% in SEO-driven visits. The traffic isn't just disappearing into the void, it's moving to an entirely new model of retrieval. And honestly, the sites that aren't adapting are just getting left behind. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what has changed. In the old model, the user journey was super direct. A human typed a query, saw your link, and clicked through. But in the new model, it's completely different. A human asks an AI agent a question. That AI agent then autonomously browses the web, reads your site, extracts the information, and summarizes it back to the human. The human never actually visits your site. The AI agent has literally become the user. Section 2. How agents view websites. A machine's perspective. If the AI agent is our new primary user, we've got to completely rethink our web design because, spoiler alert, agents don't use glowing monitors. There are really three primary ways they see a website. First, through screenshots, where they use vision models to kind of guess where elements are. Second, by reading your raw HTML to understand your DOM structure, basically the underlying code tree of your entire site. And third, through the accessibility tree. This tree is incredibly important because it acts like a high-fidelity map that strips away all your visual styling and focuses purely on the functional utility of your page. And this is exactly where so many modern websites completely drop the ball. You might have a site that looks absolutely beautiful to a human visitor, right? Full of transparent overlays and complex animations. But to an AI agent trying to parse your HTML, all that non-semantic div soup where everything is just coded as generic boxes is just confusing noise. A perfectly functioning website for a human might actually be completely invisible or totally broken for an AI agent that's just trying to complete a task. Section 3. The AI Optimization Playbook. Let's get into the technical steps. Knowing all this, how do we fix it? Well, let's open up the technical playbook. I want you to visualize this as a sort of optimization ladder to make your site machine readable. Step 1 is basic content clarity, just writing direct, concise text. Step 2 is semantic HTML, meaning you use actual button and article code tags instead of just endless generic containers. Step 3 is integrating Schema Markup. And step 4 is adopting brand new emerging technical standards, like the llms.txt file. So the crucial point here is that underlying all of this is a brutal need for speed. Unlike human visitors who might patiently wait for a little loading spinner, AI systems are incredibly impatient. They have really tight timeouts, usually between 1 to 5 seconds. If your site is bloated and you don't return your content almost instantly, the AI crawler will simply truncate your long content. Or worse, just drop your page completely. Performance isn't just a user experience metric anymore. It is a strict prerequisite for AI discovery. Sitting right at the top of our optimization ladder is this fascinating new standard, the llms.txt file. Think of this as the modern evolution of the classic robots.txt file we're all used to. But instead of just telling bots what pages they shouldn't access, this file provides a machine-readable welcome mat. It gives AI agents explicit instructions on exactly how to understand, format, and interact with your specific site. It's a real game changer. Section 4, the Schema Markup Imperative. Now we're going to transition to what is arguably the single most critical technical change you can make today, JSON-LD. Please don't let the acronym scare you. It simply stands for JavaScript Object Notation for Linked Data. In plain English, it's just the standard format for embedding structured data directly into the background of your web pages. This is what feeds the AI's knowledge graph with hard facts. This code literally determines whether an AI search engine confidently cites you as the authority or completely bypasses you for a competitor who just made the AI's job easier. While there are hundreds of these schemas out there, you really only need to focus on the essentials: organization, local business, website, article, and product. But I really want to highlight the FAQPage schema. This one is exceptionally powerful because it maps almost flawlessly to the conversational way people query AI systems in the first place. If a user asks ChatGPT a question, and your site has that exact answer structured in an FAQPage schema, you instantly become a high-confidence citation source. So why does the AI love schema so much? Because AI systems desperately crave certainty. Relying on unstructured text requires the AI to use inference. And let's face it, guessing introduces the risk of errors. By providing structured entity signals using JSON-LD, research actually shows you can reduce an AI's factual ambiguity errors by roughly 34%. You aren't making the AI guess, you are literally handing it the facts on a silver platter. Section 5, Formatting. HTML versus Markdown. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is that we've talked a lot about how agents read our sites, but there's a massive debate happening right now over how agents should format their output when reporting back to us. I found this quote from Tariq Shipar at Anthropic to be incredibly revealing. It highlights this growing issue called AI brain fry. See, we've trained agents to output in plain markdown text because it's cheap, but now agents are generating these massive multi-page specs. The sheer volume of this text is causing incredible decision fatigue, and ultimately, human workers just aren't reading it. This creates a really fascinating set of trade-offs. On one hand, Markdown is incredibly efficient for machines. It has a 68% lower token cost, meaning it's way cheaper to compute, and it has vastly superior machine parsing accuracy. So it's perfect for agent-to-agent communication. But on the other hand, HTML absolutely wins the day for agent-to-human communication. When we humans need to review an agent's work, we require the visual density, the interactive elements, and the structural clarity that only HTML can provide. And as we look just a bit further to the future of agent interaction, we have to talk about MCP, or the Model Context Protocol. Think of this as a universal USB-C port for AI applications. It's this emerging standard that allows agents to securely connect with external tools and APIs. When you pair this with frameworks like the Universal Commerce Protocol, you're looking at the infrastructure that will very soon allow agents to autonomously query live inventory, manage a shopping cart, and complete an entire checkout process entirely on your behalf. Section 6. Actionable takeaways. Let's look at your next steps. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground today. Let's move to and see how this builds into a rapid-fire AI optimization checklist that you can act on immediately. Number 1, ensure you are using clean, semantic HTML. 2, optimize for blazing fast responses, ideally under 1 second. 3, implement that all-important JSON-LD schema markup. 4, create your llms.txt file to guide the agents. And 5, configure your robots.txt file to actually allow AI bots in. The old world of blindly blocking all bots is gone. If you block them now, you are literally blocking your own discoverability. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to chew on. Your website's fastest growing audience is no longer human. The shift is already here, and the autonomous agents are already out there browsing. So what are you doing today to ensure your site is agent ready? Don't wait until your organic traffic completely vanishes. Start looking at your site through the eyes of an AI and start optimizing today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.